Today's game, as Saturday night's festivities were also jam-packed with excitement. Former NBA greats tipped things off in the Shicks Legends game. And as usual, the fun-filled event had its share of light moments. But these tremendous competitors did show flashes of brilliance as they gave us a glimpse of yesteryear.
Collins for three! Oh, yes! Oh, impossible to live with.
Some legends looked as smooth as ever, especially four-time scoring champion George Gervin, who put the West squad in a deep freeze as he scored a game-high 24 points and led his team to victory.
How about that defense? No, George, gosh dang.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, right.
In the American Airlines long-distance shootout, Chicago's Craig Hodges was clearly the man to beat, and a host of new challengers were eager to take him on.
Craig Hodges, the defending champion, he's going for 3 shootout titles in a row.
Hodges was simply too much for most of the three-point participants, as any hope of unseating the champ began to slip away. But Sacramento's Jim Les proved to be more than Hodges had bargained for, as he notched the night's best score and set the stage for a thrilling final round.
3, 2, 1.
You see his shot is up. This corner shot, that's 3 in a row, 4 in a row for Hodges.
Hodges tallied 16, and now it would be Les's turn.
3 out of 5 with a money ball in the first rack. Good start. It's a strong release, Duncan. Like you said, it's taking his body forward. 6 seconds. Is this going to be a Larry Bird? The money ball wins it. Craig Hodges has won his third three-point shootout title in a row.
Then it was time for the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship as a group of Skywalkers ruled the skies.
Oh, yeah. John Starks off the bounce, the reverse jam.
I only wish I could dunk, Isaiah.
The battle for air supremacy was heading to a climax as Cedric Ceballos soared into the finals to meet Larry Johnson.
Watch this.
He's going for it. Oh! that woke him up. It sure did.
Now it was Cedric's turn to open a few eyes.
I'm not believing this. Blind, here comes Ceballos. Yes!
Now it's time to keep you up to date with this week's action reel. And our first stop is Detroit, where a revved-up Piston team is mounting a mid-season drive. They're doing it through hard work, symbolized by Dennis Rodman, who may be the hardest-working man in basketball. His 21 rebounds helped the Pistons stop the Bucks for their third straight win.
The dribble, now to the right baseline. Now the scoop off the high glass, and he scored.
The next night, Detroit faced the Cavs, who are tough to beat at home. But the Pistons whipped Cleveland for another win.
Rodman, offensive board, stick back basket. He's the best in the business.
The best team in the business this year has been the Chicago Bulls, but a rocky road trip dented their dream of a 70-win season. Taking their first slump of the year into Utah, the Bulls would again come up short.
Jordan with left side Paxson underneath. First Pippen slam dunk. He missed it.
In a marathon struggle, it was the Jazz who survived in triple overtime, 126 to 123. The road-weary Bulls headed off to Phoenix minus Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen tried to fill the void, but the Suns kicked the champs while they were down.
KJ.
No look to Lang.
Continuing to prove unbeatable on their home court, Phoenix ran past the Bulls 126 to 114.
They play catch. Cedric for the jam. Well, was that well executed?
Pippen's got 19.
Here comes Perry. Count it.
The Suns are going to win their 32nd of the year. They're 19th in a row at home.
That's what happened this week. But right now, let's take a step back as we take an inside look back at the first half of the season. It began with the most shocking of news.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers. With Magic gone, the Lakers had to forget the past and concentrate on now. At first, LA found themselves reeling, but with a solid cast of veterans, they've stayed firmly in the playoff hunt.
While the Lakers season has been a roller coaster ride, their opponents in last year's finals have skyrocketed through the first half. The Bulls own the league's best record, and it's clear the road to the championship goes through Chicago.
Michael Jordan, the crowd anticipates. The Bulls are on a roll, Red.
We feel pretty arrogant that, we are going to go out and win.
Also feeling confident are the Cavaliers, who may be the only team in the Central capable of challenging the Bulls.
Flip to Doherty, the trailer, wham!
The leaders of the Atlantic are the surprising Knicks. New coach Pat Riley has his team playing hard, and New York has one of the league's best home records.
Behind the back, X-Man.
When they come into Madison Square Garden, it's going to be a dogfight.
The Celtics have had to fight off injuries to Bird, McHale, and Parrish for much of the season. But all-star Reggie Lewis has helped keep Boston in contention.
Here's Lewis. It counts. And the foul.
In Atlanta, the injury bug bit hard as Dominique was lost for the season. The Hawks will now rely on rebounding ace Kevin Willis to carry the load.
And the rebound is jammed by Willis.
While Willis's exploits have been impressive, Dennis Rodman has been the true dominator of the boards, averaging over 18 rebounds a game.
Dennis Rodman, great play.
Rebounding from last season's bitter playoff loss, Portland is again leading the Pacific Division.
Hammer and hole.
But the Blazers know there's stiff competition ahead.
All the teams are better, and so there are no more easy games.
The gritty Phoenix Suns are right behind Portland. But the real surprise in the West has been the Golden State Warriors. Rookie Billy Owens has proven to be a formidable NBA player. And of course, there's always superstar Chris Mullin.
And Mullin hits the circus ball away to get.
In the Midwest, the mailman has delivered the Jazz into first place. But it's well known that Mr. Robinson's neighborhood covers some vast territory as the Admiral and the Spurs are right behind. New head coach Bob Bass has kept the Spurs engine humming after replacing the fired Larry Brown. He's now coaching the Los Angeles Clippers after Mike Schuler was clipped in L.A. Casey Jones was sent packing in Seattle and replaced by George Karl. Dick Motta wanted to retire after the season, but the Kings sent him home early. And an off-season coaching change in Miami has generated a heat wave. With rookie sensation Steve Smith, Miami finds themselves in their first playoff drive. Another big-time rookie is Larry Johnson in Charlotte. But the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year honors is All-Star Dikembe Mutombo with the Denver Nuggets. Mutombo was the only rookie to be selected for this year's All-Star game, but he wasn't able to come away with the Most Valuable Player award. Can you name the last rookie to be named MVP of the All-Star game? We'll be back with the answer right after this, here on NBA Action. Week's trivia question. The last rookie to be named Most Valuable Player of the All-Star Game was Oscar Robertson of the Cincinnati Royals, who led the West to victory in 1961 with 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 14 assists. In this week's news, notes, and quotes, we follow the ongoing saga of Larry Brown, who was named head coach of the Los Angeles Clippers.
To be one of 27 coaches in this league, I think, is really a privilege. And as far as me being here, I really feel honored that I have this opportunity to coach the Clippers.
In an emotional evening in Boston, the Garden faithful welcomed the return of longtime announcer Johnny Most after a long illness.
Well, he's made the long fight back, obviously being very touched by this Boston crowd.
The return of guard Dee Brown from the injured list gave the Celtics cause for celebration and hope. The IBM NBA Coach of the Month for January is Chicago's Phil Jackson, who led the Bulls to a 14-3 record, including a 13-game winning streak. Earning Edge NBA Player of the Month honors was the Pistons' Dennis Rodman. The league's leading rebounder, Rodman averaged an incredible 22 boards per game in January. And the Coca-Cola Classic NBA Rookie of the Month was Denver's Dikembe Mutombo, who averaged 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocked shots per game. From the hot players of the month, let's now check out those who were on fire the first half of the season. One of them is David Robinson, blowing past defenders at will and flying high.
Robinson with the alley-oop.
Rejecting 5 shots a game, the Admiral is one of the league's most feared defenders.
By Robinson. Malone rejected by the Admiral. Low, give the ball to Robinson. Slam dunk. Monster slam.
Also enjoying a monster first half was Dominique Wilkins. Until he went down with an injury, Neek was off to one of his best starts and was simply unstoppable.
Oh, what a move, Dominique. Oh, what a move.
Wilkins. Oh!
Here's Dominic. Let's watch this. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. The ultimate entertainer. That's what he...
Another star performer has been the Warriors' Chris Mullin, averaging 27 points a game and electrifying crowds with his flair for the dramatic.
2 seconds to go in the quarter. Mullin has to force it. Good! Oh, what a shot by Chris Mullin.
By Mullin disrupting things. Stolen ahead. Less than a second.
During the first half of the season, Clyde Drexler glided past all obstacles, scoring at a blazing pace for the Trailblazers.
Backdoor cut, Drexler. Oh, yes! Conversion to offense. Clyde. Yes, sir. Clyde says, take that, Drexler. Dribble drive underneath, reverse layup. Beautiful shot.
You just have to appreciate spectacular play.
When it comes to spectacular plays, no one's done it better this year or any year than Michael Jordan.
Into Michael, running one hand. Oh, yes! To Michael! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Oh, yes! You know what time it is as Schick presents In Your Face.
Accelerate to the hole. Long off the hip plate is rejected emphatically. Nick got free in late. Oh! Richardson scoops to West, who drives and jams it home.
Now, a special all-star player profile as this timeless superstar holds court. He has won nearly every award possible.
You open up a record book, and what do you see? You see Wilt Chamberlain.
His dominance has changed the game forever.
When they widened the lanes, that was telling you that they wanted to equalize the game because of Wilt Chamberlain. As simple as that.
It is not his accomplishments, but his aura that transcends time.
And I was in awe of Wilt Chamberlain. Of course, I remember being in college when I got the newspaper, and the newspaper said that he had scored 100 points. Well, I thought it was a typographical error.
The most impressive feat I've ever seen in sports in my life is the season Wilt averaged 50 points a game. If you have a 35-point night, this means you're 15 points off your average. So for Wilt to get 35, it would be a terrible night for him.
Players talk about players that could dominate the game. But I think Wilt was the only player that could dominate on both ends. I remember one particular game we played against Chicago, and Wilt didn't allow a shot at the basket for about 4 or 5 minutes. They never got a shot at the basket. And that's what I call dominating.
He's far and away the best player I've played against. I mean, it's not even close. Just physically, he was bigger, stronger, faster than anyone's ever played.
Russell was 6'9", Wilt 7'2", a wingspan, about the size of a B-52. Now, Russell gets the ball in the post-up, so Russell went through all his intelligent moves, of faking Wilt. He'd fake, and Wilt just stand there and look at it.
One guy shot a jump shot, I guess, from 15 feet, and Chamberlain caught the ball at its apex. It was almost a pause in the game. I'm looking at, did he really do what I thought he did?
If he played in the league at this point in his career, he would lead the league in scoring, he'd lead the league in rebounding, he would lead the league in block shots. This man was a man for all ages.
Fittingly, Wilt was also the centerpiece of many great teams. And now we recount a memorable winning streak of one such team and our magic moment. For the 72 Lakers, the season began with Elgin Baylor retiring. The outlook seemed bleak, but not to their new captain.
I was now the defensive hub of this team, and that was what my job was all about, getting the ball and playing defense and giving the ball to these guys. So it just kind of all worked out really, really well. And as we meshed, we amassed numbers that they were unbelievable.
All of a sudden, this team started winning basketball games. And we went along and went along and went along. 1 month went by, 2 months went by.
When you get to 17, 18, 19 wins, now people are saying, like, wow, can they ever lose?
LA's streak reached 33 as they turned the season into a laugher, amassing a record 69 wins.
And it got to be almost stunning because we knew no one could beat us.
History's challengers are now the confident Bulls, but as a recent West Coast road trip will attest, 70 wins seems improbable.
I don't think it's possible. I want to say we could do it, but it's just too tough.
Right now, the athletes are much quicker and faster, and, you know, realistically, I don't think we have a chance.
The crossover dribble is the ultimate playground move.
Tim Hardaway, the killer crossover.
It's that time of the week to unveil our brand new top 10 list.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In the courtside countdown. At number 10, the Hornets' Johnny Newman was bulletproof on this baseline drive.
Johnny Newman scores for the Hornets.
Number 9, Denver's Mark Macon was really making things happen.
Macon penetrating, reverse layups up and in. How did he get that one up and in?
Charles Barkley drove through traffic to get to the countdown.
Tough shot.
Number 7, New York's Action Jackson was on the mark.
Jackson behind the back for Ewing. It has been a terrific game for Mark Jackson.
With time running down in the period, Kevin Willis wanted to score, but this isn't exactly the way he planned it.
Through at the length of the court. There's a lot of time left, and Graham gets the basket. Everybody lost track of the time. Probably the longest assist in the NBA this year.
Number 5 is Robert Pack, taking on a pack of Sacramento Kings.
He'll shoot free throws. He just threw it up. A no-look over the head, over his shoulder, and lo and behold, it went down.
For Denver's Winston Garland, just another routine hoop.
Oh, it goes! Winston Garland, he practices that every day in the workouts.
And here's one Rod Strickland's been practicing.
Strickland draws the foul and hits the prayer.
At number 2, it's Charles again, wearing Magic's number and playing like him too.
Charles behind Anderson.
That brings the fans to their feet.
Finally, closing down the countdown, Sean Kemp, who brings down the house.
Look at that.